Machakos, Kiambu, Kajiado, and Nakuru, it is directed that the cessation of movement into and out of the zoned areas be and is hereby lifted. That the hours of curfew in the zoned area are revised to commence at 10 p.m. and end at 4 p.m. with effect from midnight on this day of May 2021 until otherwise directed.
Baringo Governor Stanley Kiptis terms the decision by the President to reopen the economy, including education institutions of all levels of learning, as considerate to Kenyans who have lost their livelihoods because of the containment measures.
Itafanya sasa mambo ya maendeleo kunawili. Naomba tu hata kama tumetoa lockdown, jameni, tupate kuzingatia yale ambayo tuliambiwa na madaktari wetu. Tukikusia kwamba lazima ufae mask, kama utaweza kununua chona hata kitambaa na ufunge pandili, mambo yanakaa sawa. Tutumie mbinu yote kuzuia maradhi haya.
Kiptis cautioning Kenyans against relaxing to avoid such action by the government in the future.
Shule itafunguliwa hivi karibuni. Najua kuna changamoto ya mambo ya fedha, lakini Mungu ajuaye maisha yetu. Tutikaze, tutafute fedha, tutafute yale ambayo yatasaidia wanafunzi kusoma. Maana masomo ni kitu ya maana sana.
Elsewhere, places of worship are witnessing a low turnout of congregants despite getting the government's nod for phased reopening. At St. Anne Joachim Catholic Church in Dumberi, Kiambu County, a few faithful turned up for Sunday Mass.
Turn-up iko chini kidogo kulingana na watu bado wako na uoga kidogo, lakini tunaomba vile tutakuwa tukiendelea, namba itakuwa ikiendelea juu zaidi kulingana na kanisa letu. Ni kanisa kubwa na inakuwa na Wakristo wengi sana katika hii area yetu ya Dubeli.
Tumefurahia kwa kuwa tumefunguliwa kanisa tena na tumehudumu na tena tumefurahi sana, lakini vile tungeomba ni watu warudi kwa kanisa, tuombe Mungu ili hii janga iondoke kabisa.
The church leadership thanked the President for reopening worship sanctuaries, saying the world needs prayers more. And in Mombasa County, a community-based organization, Keep Mombasa Clean, has vowed to take a legal action against a property farm doing a housing project at Buxton in Mombasa County for illegal dumping at Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Mombasa land. The organization's secretary, Dr. Mwinga Chokwe, threatened to launch a complaint to the Environment Complaint Committee or file a case at the Environment Court.
A visit to the VOK land, and the first thing that meets your eye are heaps and heaps of construction waste. The dust coming from the dumping site, nothing to write home about. Once upon a time, the land was turned into an illegal dumping site before the Environment Complaints Committee ordered for the closure and relocating the garbage to Makirunge dumping site. Fast forward, and the land has gradually turned again into a dumping site, and the main culprit, a property farmer. The turn of event has caught the eye of a local CBO, Keep Mombasa Clean. According to organization's Secretary General Dr. Mwinga Chokwe, the action by the property farm is uncalled for.
Katiba iko wazi kuwa ni haki ya mwananchi kupata mazingira masafi. Na kama hawafanyi hivi, tuna uwezo wa kushtaki.
Dr. Mwinga said the illegal dumping has started to attract the scavenging families, thus posing danger of turning the area into a drug den. He has now threatened to escalate the matter to the courts.
Kwani ile EIA ambayo ni Environment Impact Assessment haikufanya kwenye haya makampuni au watu wanatia taka au wanapokuja kufanya kazi yao, na ule uchafu wake huwa hawajui wataupeleka wapi.
A directive by the Environment Complaints Committee for the construction of a perimeter wall to safeguard the VOK land is yet to take effect after the county government of Mombasa refused to give constructional leeway.
And a family in Shinyalu, Kakamega County is still struggling to come to terms with the death of their 2 family members within a period of 1 week. It is reported that the family in Madioli village, Isuka ward, first lost their father, and 3 days later their 19-year-old daughter died. Relatives say the teenager who had delivered a baby a month ago could have died from the shock of the loss of their father.
Aliporudi kwa nyumba kama amemaliza kulia, alianza kutetemeka. Asha jiko tukidhani ni baridi. Tukaweka blanketi tukidhani ni baridi. Haikuwezekana. Diana ameniachia msichana wa mwezi 1 na wiki 2. Ninaomba majirani, marafiki, yeyote mwenye atakaye nisaidia yako tu, hata kama ni maziwa kikombe 1. Nitashukuru Mungu.
The Kenya Livestock Marketing Council chairperson Ali Ami has lauded the transfer of the Kenya Meat Commission KMC to the Ministry of Defence, saying the move will boost operations. Ami says that since the transfer of the Athi River abattoir has seen an increase of meat production, as 200 livestock are slaughtered daily, up from 7 per day.
In September last year, President Uhuru Kenyatta ordered the transfer of the cash-strapped Kenya Meat Commission to the Ministry of Defence. The Kenya Livestock Marketing Council chairman Dubat Ali Amei says the move was wise and timely.
Nataka kupongeza serikali yetu chini ya President Uhuru kwa kupatia military hiyo kazi. Sisi tunajua itafaulu. Hasa kama hii ukame inaendelea, tutakuwa na ile ng'ombe bila kuharibika sana, inaweza fanywa beef, inaweza kuwa canned na kuliwa. Hiyo ni hatua moja kubwa.
Amei says operations at the Athi River abattoir have been scaled up, with the number of animals slaughtered per day now more than 10-fold.
Tunamwambia wao kuna pambazuko mpya. Kiwanda imefunguliwa. Wakati Ami ilikuwa anachukua, wanatuambia walikuwa wanachinja ng'ombe 200 kwa mwezi. Hiyo ni ng'ombe 6.5. Lakini leo wanachinja ng'ombe 200 kila siku. Na wanataka kufikisha, wanataka progressively, wanataka kuimprove na kuchinja ng'ombe mingi.
Revival of KMC will also benefit livestock farmers in drought-prone areas. Prior to its transfer to the Ministry of Defence, the government-owned meat processor was operating below capacity and was grappling with an unreliable supply of raw materials and an aging plant, which slowed down its operations.
Let's now cross over to Kilifi County, where a family is in distress after an alleged non-private developer demolished their property on their ancestral land. The family to the late Mzee Charo Baha now wants the intervention of the respective authorities to save their property, which runs into millions of shillings.
The children and grandchildren of the late Mzee Charo Baha are spending the night in the cold after a private developer known to them allegedly demolished their property, including rental homes at Zambarauni village, Kilifi sub-county. The family claims to have been forced out of their houses after a bulldozer started to demolish their property.
Mimi ninaumia. Leo najua ni weekend ndugu yangu. Ninaumia, ninakufa sahi kama singeliwaambia watoto wangu wasitoke. Wangelikuwa watoto wangu washauawa. Askari wamekuja hapa kama nyuki, wamekuja kisawasawa.
The family to the late Mzee Charo said they smelled the rat after the said developer protested the burial of the late mother at the said ancestral land.
Amejaribu kutupiga vita wakati mamangu amefariki dunia juzi.
Tumekuwa na kesi na mtu ambaye alikuja juzi hapa akauziwa sehemu zingine, lakini akaniona mimi ni mnyonge, kwa hivyo sasa akajaribu kuchukua hii sehemu yangu. Tumeng'ang'ana kotini, hata saa hii kesi ilikuwa ni tarehe 6, aende akanielezee kwa nini ananisumbua, lakini kabla ya kufika hiyo tarehe juzi akaleta court order.
They claim to have occupied the land since 1943 and now want the national government to save them from losing their multi-million property. The family to the late Mzee Charo said efforts to alert the police of the ill motives by the said developer bore no fruit.
Na kutoka hiyo 1943 wote ambao wameingia hapa waliingia hapa 1960s na Osoro aliingia hapa 1991. Na kutoka hiyo mwaka ambao aliingia, nimeangalia zile karatasi, alitengeneza fake title deed 1992.
Irene Mchuma, Udim, Channel 1.
And residents of Mlolongo in Machakos County have embarked on an ambitious tree planting exercise targeting urban spaces in a bid to curb industrial pollution from factories in the area. The residents say deforestation and air pollution are putting them at risk rates of contracting respiratory illnesses.
Machakos County Speaker Florence Mwangangi and Mlolongo Syokimau Representative Daniel Mbevi led residents, majorly the youth, in planting both indigenous and exotic trees at Mlolongo Primary School.
Kwa hivyo ukipanda hata kwa msitu, ukipanda mti ambao ni wa kawaida wild tree, pia unapanda mtunda. Kwa sababu hii ni chakula tunatengeneza, na wakati huu tumeona kama ni health ya watu, food security is very critical. Kwa sababu tukiaddress mambo ya matunda, sasa tunaleta kuboost immunity. Wakati huu tunaendelea mambo ya corona.
Mwangangi said the exercise will be replicated across the vast Mavoko constituency to aid in carbon cleaning. The initiative's target to plant over 100,000 trees in less than a month. At the same time, Akorino Faithful planted 50,000 trees at the Raka University College in a bid to help the country achieve 10% forest cover. Speaking at the Raka University College when he joined members of Akorino Church in planting trees to celebrate 100 years, Principal Secretary for Environment Dr. Chris Kipto called for cooperation among environment conservation stakeholders.
Our percent of tree cover in the whole country is 7.2%. And we are supposed to move that percentage to 10% by 2022. Our experts have estimated that to reach that 10% tree cover, we need to plant at least 2 billion seedlings. So we have divided that number among counties, and we expect every county to target 42.5 million.
Kipto noted that the ministry has developed an elaborate plan to germinate tree seedlings which will be distributed to people to grow in their lands. This comes at a time when Council of Governors has initiated a 2 million tree planting drive. Patricia Waithera for Channel 1 News.
Let's now take our first commercial break right here on Lunchtime News this Sunday afternoon. Stay with us, we still have plenty more coming up shortly.
Je, umeomoka? Kama hujaomoka kwenye Quickly ndio mambo yote. Hapa tuko na fridge, kodi yake ni CM. Tuko na gas cooker, kodi yake ni CK. Tuko na TV, kodi yake ni TV. Tuko na simu aina ya Samsung ni SM, ama Oppo ni Oppo. My friend, mahali popote unanitazama, eka hizo kodi zake kisha utume kwa 4032353. 4032353. Alafu utakuwa unaomoka na hizi bidhaa. Kumbuka kwenye Quickly ni la bora zaidi kwa bei ya chini kwa chini.
Usitegemee kupata jino lenye afya kwenye mdomo uliooza. Usikubali kupokea zawadi ya nguo kutoka kwa mtu aliyeuchi. Mapenzi ni kufaana, nifae ni kufae. Hisani ni njia mbili, nipe nikupe. Ila ni muhimu kufahamu kwa sio binadamu wote watakushukuru hata watendeapo mema. Ukitaka thawabu kutoka mbinguni, wewe tenda wema tu uondoke.
Ili kupata skiza tune ya pumzi ya busara, bonyeza star 811 star 815 hash. Bonyeza star 811 star 815 hash. I was very well aware that on my second day at Mata, my situation was quite grave. I already reached a stage where I said I've made my peace with God. If this is the way he wants me to go, I was ready. I remember the date when I said, well, the Lord, I'm in your hands.
This is Lunchtime News. Byron Abuli is our sign language interpreter. Welcome back. A section of leaders in Museo County have faulted sugar millers in the region for purchasing sugarcane from brokers instead of local farmers. Led by Nambale Member of Parliament John Bunyasi, they called on management of the Museo Sugar and West Kenya millers to address with urgency the plight of sugarcane farmers in the region to promote the sector. The leaders were speaking at Butula constituency, where they urged the millers to embrace the regulations set up by the Minister of Agriculture on cane prices.
Lakini factories zinaendelea kusiaga kwa sababu sasa wanapata miwa. Hapa awali ilikuwa kutoka Uganda, lakini sasa inatoka sehemu zingine nje hii zone ambayo tunayo hapa, na inaonekana kwamba wanaowauzia si wakulima wa huko, ni mabrokers.
And I want to urge millers, please, you are in this county courtesy of these poor farmers. Please ensure that you buy cane directly from the farmers.
So hii mambo ya kuanza kutumia brokers kuweza kutoa miwa kwenyu na kuanza to hold you at ransom, mtu anakata miwa yako alafu wakati hiyo ndiye anaanza kusema kasi bei hii, anawacha kwa shamba. Tafadhali mjihadhari na mambo kama hayo, msijaribu kuingia kwa mambo hayo. Na hata factories, I want to urge you, please, wacha miwa inunuliwe wakati imesimama pale.
In the sports news, after the first day of action at the World Athletics Relay Silesia, 21-23 teams have effectively secured their places in the relay events at the Tokyo Olympic Games. All 8 finalists in the women's and men's 4x100 meters and women's and men's and mixed 4x400 meters will qualify for Tokyo 2022.
The finals of the World Athletics Relay Silesia 21 will take place today in Silesia, but the completion of the first round means places at the Olympics have been decided, as all 8 finalists in the women and men's 4x100 meters and women's, men's and mixed 4x400 meters will qualify for Tokyo 2020. In addition, the top 10 teams in the men's and women's 4x100 meters and 4x400 meters and the top 12 teams in the mixed 4x400 meters have qualified for the World Athletics Championships Oregon next year. The Kenyan team of Naomi Korir and Ferguson Rotich finished second in the 2x400 meters mixed relay behind Team Poland.
Well, Dobek is 7 times a Polish champion at 400-meter hurdles, and they are tough fellas, the 400-meter hurdlers. It's a very, very vicious event, and he's working hard here to stay clear. There's chasing going on behind. Vicious chasing from Chariot Rotich. He gets second place there, but he doesn't have time to close up, and Dobek. Poland take the win from Kenya. And in second place there, in third place rather, was Slovenia.
In the mixed shuttle hurdles, Team Kenya of Priscilla Tabunda, Michael Nzuku, Nusra Rukia and Weissman Were settled for third position behind winners Germany and Poland. To complete the Olympic qualification, all teams must compete with bona fide effort in today's finals. If a team does not start in the final due to a medical reason, they must present a medical certificate from the World Athletics Medical Delegate in order to guarantee their qualification for the Olympic Games.
Germany. And it is still Gregor Traber. He's a useful performer. I don't think he's going to be caught here. Damian Zikia is very, very fast indeed. Stumbles at the last barrier. He was closing, in fact.
And its qualification for Tokyo 2020, I beg your pardon, Kenya Prisons and Pipeline Women volleyball teams that featured in the just concluded Africa Women Club Championship in Tunisia jetted back earlier today. Prisons team clinched a bronze medal under the two-legged of David Lungaho, while Pipeline finished in the 5th position. And German football giants Borussia Dortmund produced a dazzling performance last night in the German Cup semi-finals and booked a place in the final that will be played in Berlin. This is after ruthlessly hammering Holstein Kiel 5-0 to book a date with RB Leipzig in the finals. Kai Havertz scored twice to boost, Let me just take that again. Kai Havertz scored twice to boost Chelsea's grip on a UEFA League's Champions League place and sent Fulham closer to English Premier League relegation last night as the Blues claimed a comfortable 2-0 win at Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, Aston Villa claimed a 2-1 win over Everton.
Hero is acting almost as a wing-back, trying to match it.
By Mount, onto Havertz, he's in here. There's the opening goal for Chelsea. Beautifully works. Havertz gets the goal. Havertz has got through. That is beautifully worked by Chelsea. The flag stays down. Kai Havertz scores again. From defence to attack there with some clinical passing and a clinical finish too. And Chelsea have a 2-goal lead.
And before we wrap it up, let's revisit one of our top stories. 700 needy Muslim families in Isiolo County have benefited from food donation courtesy of Mombasa County Governor Ali Hassan Joho. Isiolo Somali Council for Elders Chairperson Abdul Kadir Sharif Abdullahi lauded the move by the governor, saying it will help cushion needy Muslim families who were struggling to get food to break their fast during the holy month of Ramadan.
The ongoing drought in parts of upper eastern and northeastern regions has left many residents vulnerable. Majority of the locals who are of Muslim faith are struggling to get food to break their fast during this holy month of Ramadan. Isiolo County has not been spared either. But a temporary reprieve has arrived here in the name of food donations by Mombasa County Governor Hassan Ali Joho to 700 needy families for at least 1 month. The foodstuffs, which include maize and wheat flour, rice, cooking oil, sugar and palm dates, was channeled through the Somali Council of Elders and will be distributed to needy families in Bulapesa, Burat and Wabera wards within Isiolo sub-county. Isiolo Somali Council of Elders Chairman Abdul Kadir Sharif Abdullahi noted that the hunger situation among pastoralist communities in the region has been occasioned by drought and worsened by the pandemic.
Corona
ugonjwa ya corona inaingia Kenya, biashara inarudi chini na kila kitu ishaharibika. Sasa na mwezi wa Ramadhani inaandama kwa kuunganisha hiyo shida hizo, imekuwa siku muhimu sana na tunashukuru.
The Council of Elders Secretary General Aidil Hassan appealed to other Kenyans to help the less privileged in the society, especially during this holy month of Ramadan, which has coincided with a drought situation and also the COVID-19 pandemic.
Iko shida nyingi sana, mayatima ni nyingi, hali yao Mungu ndo anajua. Kwa hivyo leo hii chakula ambayo mnaiona hapa ambayo inapakiwa ni chakula ambayo itaenda kwa wale watu kwa hiyo shida sana. Na yule ametoa sadaka ambaye ametoa, nafikiri Mungu ndiye anajua wakati ya Ramadhan vile atailipa. Yeye ndo alisema Ramadhan, yeye ndo atajua vile atalipa na ile sadaka imetolewa.
And that's the latest at this hour. For more breaking news, please you can visit our website www.kbc.co.ke for any latest news and of course our social media platforms as well. My name is Purity Museo. Byron Abuli has been our sign language interpreter this afternoon. I'll see you again at 9, God willing. Good afternoon and take care.
Vera Beauty College. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika, and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET-approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design and soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725-923-550 Nairobi branch, 0728-087-689 Eldoret branch, 0722-227428 Thika branch, 0725-000-706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET-approved institution.
Je, umeomoka? Kama hujaomoka kwenye Quickbin ndio mambo yote. Hapa tuko na fridge, kodi yake ni CM. Tuko na gas cooker, kodi yake ni CK. Tuko na TV, kodi yake ni TV. Tuko na simu aina ya Samsung ni SM, ama Oppo ni Oppo. My friend, mahali popote unanitizama, eka hizo kodi zake kisha utume kwa 4032353. 4032353. Alafu utakuwa unaomoka na hizi bidhaa. Kumbuka, kwenye Quickbin ni bila bora zaidi kwa bei ya chini kwa chini. Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima tutawazuru madaktari wa mimea watufunze jinsi ya kupima mchanga kabla ya kufanya upanzi. Viini vingi hupatikana kwa mchanga imara. Basi, iwapo ungependa kupeleka mchanga wako uchunguzi, usichukue mchanga kutoka katika sehemu moja tu, lakini utembee shambani mote. Kisha tuzingatie kukuza mpunga unaopandwa maeneo kame. Mpunga huu unaopandwa mahali pakavu hauhitaji maji mengi mno. Mbegu yake pia ni tofauti na ile ya pahali penye maji mengi. Mbegu yake utapata kwetu na utapata kwa stokes. Ukijua ninunua mbegu, unapanda tu kawaida vile unaweza kupanda
na hindi. Ungana nasi Jumapili saa 9:30 hapa KBC Channel 1 kwa uondo kamili.
We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello there and welcome to Able Differently, where we take charge. I'm your host, Jane Theory. Karibu sana.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Nyawera was diagnosed with autism at the age of 5 years. This was after her mom Wambeti sought answers for her delayed speech. Let's take a look at that story.
Wambeti Njoroge is the mother to Nyawera Njoroge, a 13-year-old daughter who is the second born in a family of 4.
My name is Wambeti Njoroge, and this is Nyawera Njoroge, and I'm a mother of 4, and Nyawera is the second born, and she's 13 now, and she's autistic, or has recovered or living with autism, and it's been a journey of 13 years, and it's been a long journey.
Nyawera had speech delay and was taken to the hospital where she was diagnosed with autism at the age of 5. The doctor gave some remedies which did not work.
Nyawera was diagnosed at 5.5 years after we waited for the speech to come, and it didn't come because everybody kept saying so-and-so's child has autism, has speech delay, and so she will talk. But at 5.5, one of my sisters insisted that we really must get a diagnosis now from a doctor on what is going on. And so we went and saw a doctor, and he diagnosed her with autism and told us what intervention we can. But he was not keen. He just said that just go and give, you may or may not remove wheat and milk, and she will improve and talk, and you can give 7 C's. And the speech eventually will come. So there was no emphasis on how important or key that we should do this. It was just you may and you may not. So
she decided to do some research and found a book called Gut and Psychology Syndrome, which had information on which specific diet to use, which greatly helped Nyawera gain her speech.
So we came home and started researching on what autism is and how to overcome it and how to get better, and that was at 5.5 years. My husband was looking for any information, any book or magazine that could be having any info. And finally he found this book, which is called Gut and Psychology Syndrome. And it says that it's natural treatment for autism, dyspraxia, ADHD, dyslexia, depression, and schizophrenia. So this is, when he found this book in a bookshop in Dubai, he brought it. And this was our Eureka moment. Yes. Because after reading, this was new, and this was something we could try. It just said we do diet and intervene 100% on using diet. So we did diet, GAPS diet. We withdrew the wheat, and we saw now the emphasis, which we would have wished the doctor who diagnosed her with autism, we wished that he had stressed the input of kidney, withdrawing milk and all types of milk.